guys, it's your Island Girl, and I'm back with another one for you today. And today I'm checking out the insane world of sidecar racing. And this one I'm getting it from Driver 61. Right. Now you know your girl like a little speed, don't it? Not just a little, just speed. But it's going to be my first time checking out sidecar racing. I've never seen it. I've never watched it. I've never looked into it. Somebody came in the comment section and said, Island Girl, you have to check this one out. So, I'm intrigued. So, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regulation begless, day one, studipos, you all know what to do. Right back, baby. Put a smile on your face and enjoy this one with the Island Girl. Like I said, I'm getting this one from Driver 61. And here we go. Now. Hold on, it not even start. Here we go now, guys.
This is sidecar racing and it's absolutely crazy. They are three-wheeled bikes that can hit 160 miles an hour on the residential streets of the Isle of Man. But what's incredible is that it takes two people to drive this thing. One on the controls and one manipulating the balance of the bike. And controlling this thing at that sort of speed with walls, curbs and blind crests must be terrifying, but not as much as being the passenger whilst doing that. So today, let me explain the engineering and the insane driving skill behind sidecar racing. This is a Formula 2 sidecar, around 130 horsepower, 350 kilograms, including the riders, and a top speed of well over 160 miles per hour. They run standard 600cc 4-stroke bike engines and racing slicks. The speed they travel at is honestly astonishing.
Did he say they travel at 160 miles per hour? Not to mention, two of them navigate this one little thing with 3 wheels. Then there's obstacles in the to the side that, you know, unforeseen obstacles with them. No, sir. When we start a while ago, guys, when it started a while ago and he bumped, I was like, no. And from you hear the word TT, you know it going to be fast, don't it? Isla man, we gotta be fast. No, sir.
Now, sidecar racing is huge, with many different classes and events, from circuits like Brands Hatch and Alton Park to the scariest of them all, the Isle of Man Snaefell Mountain Course. The Isle of Man, statistically the most dangerous races in the world, and by quite some margin. The number of horrific crashes is endless, but despite this, hundreds of racers across bikes, superbikes and sidecars rock up every year to take it on. And whilst I do moan about organisers making tracks too sterile at the moment with massive runoffs, the risks at the TT are far higher than I personally would take. One misjudgment or one mechanical failure could send you off a hill or into a brick wall. The track weaves through tight island roads for 38 miles with tight sections and more open, weaving sections where riders are flat out for minutes at a time. These sidecars manage an average of 120 miles per hour around these 200 turns. And to put this into perspective, the top class of superbikes, which are far, far lighter, manage this with a 130 miles per hour average. The TT is a time trial event that is held over a fortnight. 1 week of practice, and you're going to need every minute of that, and a week of races. They set the riders off 10 seconds apart. So whilst you are racing the clock, if you're quick, you have to put in some ballsy overtakes too. If you want to see loads of quality footage on this, check out the Three-Wheeling channel linked below. And thank you to them for supplying a lot of the footage for this video. And this track would be terrifying in a car, with 4 wheels and a roll cage, 1 driver, and the ability to take left and right-handed corners at the same sort of speed. But sidecars have none of these things. But before we get into it, some lingo. The sidecar itself is called an outfit. The person on the right is called the driver, and the madman who's hanging off the side is called a passenger. Anyway, from an engineer...
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I had to pause. Did he say the madman? No. I man see the madman that hanging on the side is called a passenger. That is funny. Damn right, he's a madman. Boy, guys, that is fast. And it is risky. And you hear him say, well, it's not a drive that he would take. You got to be kidding me. And those terrains, the crashes are so often. And wait, let's continue.
Steering perspective, what makes these sidecars unusual is that they aren't symmetrical. They have two wheels in line and then one on the side. So when I'm driving on track, whether it's in Caterhams or Formula One cars, you get a feel for the car's cornering ability and then apply this to both left-handers and right-handers. However, these sidecars actually take right-handers far quicker than left-handers. And this is down to, in right-handers, the outfit leaning on that sidecar wheel, where in left-handers, the whole thing wants to tip over. Years ago, these outfits used to look more like a bike and sidecar. However, now they are bespoke racing units with advanced aero and much improved performance. They are powered by a single rear wheel, the one behind the driver, and are steered by the front wheel through some very small handlebars. They can also outbrake superbikes down to the huge slick tyres and the enormous car brakes that stop all three wheels. And look here, they use flat racing tyres rather than the rounded bike tyres, so they have a much larger contact patch. So more grip in the corners and especially on the brakes.
That makes
now
sense.
to the question I'm sure you're all wondering. What about the dude on the back?
Yes.
Well, they are called passengers, or more casually, monkeys. And that kind of makes sense. These guys have to be incredibly fit just to hold on at these speeds and G-forces. Their role is to maintain the balance of the outfit. Without them, the sidecar just wouldn't work. It would be minutes a lap slower around the TT course. So they cling on, staying out of the airflow on the straights and hang off either side around the corners, essentially making up for the uneven handling of the sidecar. Around right-handers, they climb over the top of the driver to keep the weight on the inside tyres. Then on left-handers, they hand precariously over the side of the bike. And this is the bit that looks the most sketchy. They very often skid their backs along the surface of the track and can even get knocked off if the driver gets it wrong. Along the straights, they duck out of the airflow, then pop up in the braking zones to add as much drag as possible. Then as the driver turns into the corner, they have to quickly but carefully get in position so that the bike sticks. So in a car, you trail brake into the corner, meaning you gently release the brake pressure as you enter. This is all to transfer the weight of the car as gently as possible. On a sidecar, the driver is still doing this, but with the added component of another person moving around too. And it must be so tough to coordinate these two things perfectly. Some passengers even count or feel the bumps. Also, they don't need to pop their head up to see when the next corner is coming, which around a 38-mile lap is mighty impressive. As you can imagine, it takes enormous trust from both parties. The driver has to trust that the passenger will be in place to give him grip when he needs it. Then the passenger has to trust the driver that he's got his estimations right. The passengers hold on to a few specific handles. The main one is in the center of the bike. The riders hold this through the highest G sections, the braking zones, where they have to be up pretty high on the bike whilst the driver is on the anchors. Then there are several smaller holds around the sidecar for the cornering sections, as well as a specially shaped platform with places for the passenger to jam their foot in for grip. It really is like rock climbing at 150 miles per hour. Now, what I find mad is also what the driver has to do. It's not like a car where the grip is more predictable and the balance of the car is pretty steady. The most a car changes is when the tyres wear or the fuel burns off, both of which happen slowly and predictably. But on these bikes, if the passenger isn't in the right place at exactly the right time, the bike won't have the grips you expect it to. There really are two people steering these sidecars. But the thing I can't get over is the enormous risk that every driver takes on this track. Many of the riders have rituals where they hug their families every time they get on the bike at this track. even in practice. There are too many crashes, many of which are tragic, so you can imagine the nerves when sat at that start line. But as we all know, all motorsport can be dangerous.
Yes.
And we go into it knowing the risks. The skill, composure and dedication from these riders demands huge respect. One thing I had to find out was, how do you build up to doing this? How do you first learn the ropes in hanging off the side of a sidecar at silly speeds?
Interesting.
Well, just like what karting is to single-seaters, miniature sidecars is to sidecars. These are awesome. They are called mini F1 sidecars and they race on kart circuits. The racing is brilliant with some awesome battles and some massive sends. You can really see how the passengers move the way around, getting on the inside of each corner, hanging way off the side of the outfit.
Wow.
You should watch this video where we explain another mad class of motorsport. Thanks very much for watching and thank you all for 700,000 subscribers.
That is crazy. 160 miles per hour. The monkey or the passenger is the one that's also helped to balance off the weight on the wheel when they're turning on corners. You see the little bar that he gripped, you see where he stuck his foot? But the risk is so great because if the driver get that corner wrong and he's balancing, then it's problem. No, sir. This one have me my gut just looking at them going, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It had me going because I'm like, at that speed. So, you know, you have to literally trust your partner. And then when he said, look, they hug their family. It's like a ritual every time before they start driving that car because it's no guarantee what's going to happen when they get on that track. Man, when I look at some of them terrains for the TT, and not only that, guys, I noticed he said they don't have a lot of time to practice. So you have to get it right when you practice because every practice counts. Every second of it counts. That is crazy. But he's right. You have to give respect to these riders, to these drivers, to these, all of them, because it's entertaining for us. But at the end of the day, it's something that they love, or they wouldn't have done it because they know the risk that comes with it. You understand what I mean? Like, it's crazy, boy, crazy. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Don't forget to go in the comment section. Tell me what you'd like me to react to next because it will be done. It's your island girl and I'm running out of here. So don't forget to do what? Right back, relax, and continue to enjoy your lives. Love you guys and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye.